Hello, Marvel Rivals addicts. I just finished my Black Widow grind to Grandmaster, and I wanted to talk to you guys about Widow's matchup spread. Now, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on the character or anything, but I do believe that matchup spread is very important for her in this game. Um, if you guys don't understand matchup spread in fighting games, it's basically who a character does good against and who they do poorly against. Who's going to make you switch and who are you going to make switch in this circumstance. And I think you would be surprised just how good her matchup spread actually is. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you guys the tiers here. So +2 will be a highly winning matchup for Widow. That's a character that you should constantly be trying to snipe, gun down, get picks on, gimp, whatever. +1 will be a character that you definitely have an edge on. You can definitely beat in most 1v1 scenarios, but you do kind of have to earn that kill. You got to respect some of their tools. Um, this tier right here is a little unique. This is going to be +1 only with tech or allied agents. Now, allied agents, that's Hawkeye's team up ability. And if you don't know, allied agents actually makes her electroplasma beam way more useful, and it also makes her batons do about twice as much damage, especially to tanks. And so with that in mind, there will be a few characters that sneak into this tier here. Then we have our even matchups, characters that the better player will win in a 1v1 pretty much consistently. -1 matchups, don't challenge this character by yourself. Grab a friend, and you definitely have to be playing a little better to deal with them. And then -2, these are characters that are going to make you want to switch when they're playing, especially really well. um, these are characters Black Widow just can't deal with. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. First character on the list is Hulk, Mr. Bruce Banner. Now normally, I would say that Hulk is an even matchup, but as I climbed closer to Grandmaster, I actually found that he belongs here. +1 only with tech, and the tech that I'm specifically referring to is going to be your animation canceling. Now, your electric batons and your red room rifle combo can absolutely shred this guy really fast. If you know when to cancel your moves, when to do your kick shot, when to hold on to it, all that stuff, you can just annihilate him. You can punish him for diving, you can punish him on point, and as long as he's separated from healers, you actually have a pretty good chance against this guy. I'm not gonna lie. Your mobility is good enough to escape and get extra shots in, and he also just has a low enough damage output that by the time he gets you to a low health, your team will be there. So that's where he's going to go. Um, Kind of funny that he goes into our weird tier, first one. Next one we got is Black Panther. Now, I have conflicting opinions on Black Panther. I feel like bad Black Panther players are definitely ones that you can deal with, but since this list is going to be assuming all these characters know what they're doing and are doing their jobs at a base level, I'm going to throw him in -2 because his dive potential just shreds Widow. And the more that I played Widow, the more hopeful that I got that she would have tools to deal with Black Panther. She just doesn't. If he's really on his shit, you gotta switch. It's gonna be a forced switch, and you can do more for your team by providing someone else, unfortunately. Next character looks a little better for our girl. That's going to be Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock's going comfortably in +1. Now, he would have gone in +2 just a week ago, but the buffs that he recently got make his damage output a lot more threatening. However, you still need to be working hard to secure picks on this character anytime that you can. He is a high priority target. You need to be getting snipes, you need to be getting stuns, you need to be getting combos, you need to wait out his res. It's going to be your job to take out his res because you're going to be the only one who can access the weird angles that he tries to spawn his teammates at. Your Electroplasma is a great tool for if you're a little late and you just want to wipe those enemies you just res. So he'll be comfortable in +1. Character you do have to respect, but definitely beatable. Next one is Captain America, and I was going to put him in +1 with tech. However, his buffs make him a lot more threatening. I cannot lie. Cap players have been a lot more on their diving and a lot more with their combos. And if he's got you in certain positions, you can definitely take it. However, his damage output can still be pretty stifled by yours. You can break his shield in just a couple shots. Your batons will go through his shield. Hawkeye buff will help with that. all that good stuff. So he's definitely beatable, but props to cat players for changing my opinion on that. All right, next one we've got is Cloak. Cloak is going to go into this +1 with tech. I think Cloak is a character you should really practice stunning. If you're caught in a 1v1 and you're just fully relying on your calm aim to, you know, get the headshot and the body shot as fast as possible, that's the only way you're going to outdamage a Cloak and win, really, if they get you in an isolated spot. But from the back line, definitely support that you want to be going after. Um, Dagger at least. You want to be firing on her all the time. And Cloak's his no aim stuff will definitely get you sometimes. But if you use your kick shot a little more wisely, you can get a grip on it for sure. Now the next character we have is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, I'm just gonna comfortably put in +1. I think at all levels of play, Widow does really well against Strange. She does good melting his shield. She does good keeping him off point. Her kick shot will kick through his shield, just so you know, so you can knock him back if you need to. Your batons will hit him through his shield. You do have a lot of tools to deal with this character, but really dealing with him is going to be more about taking out the supports in the backline. Next character we got is Groot. Now, I honestly think Groot pretty I don't know. I haven't fought too many great Groots really recently, I'm not gonna lie, but I would say that had I fought a great Groot recently, Widow would lose the matchup a little bit. Groot has the damage output to get you in a corner. He's got the tools to stifle your mobility. He's always got supports on him. This is not a character that you really want to challenge by yourself. It's just a character you want to try and get headshots on in off angles for the team. Next character is going to be a similar situation, and that's going to be Hawkeye. Now, this fellow sniper notoriously can one-shot headshot. However, a lot of Hawkeye players will see that you're in the game, get very comfortable with this fact, and kind of just start banking on the fact that they can kill you without putting thought into the shots that they're taking. And with that in mind, you do have your dash, you have your power jump, you have great close quarters tools to get rid of this guy. I think if you are better than the Hawkeye, you're going to win. If you're the same skill level, you need to be a little more cautious and work with your team. I can't say the same, unfortunately, about Hela. This character, man. I don't know, dude. I really hate that I have to put her down here, but there are definitely times when Hela makes this character feel a, as irrelevant as people say she is. I think this is the one matchup that makes Widow look just truly bad in this game. Um, just unfortunately, I don't think there's much you can do. If you get your kick shot, she'll just shift out. If you get your headshot, she'll kill you from the trade. If you manage to almost beat her in a 1v1, she's gonna ult to survive. So really, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna leave it down here. Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist, I'm actually gonna throw an even. Now, call me crazy. People are gonna call me crazy for a lot of the takes in this video, but I'm gonna throw Iron Fist in even. I feel like I've dealt with a good chunk of Iron Fist pretty effectively, and really it's just because they get so comfortable shredding these supports and these DPS that they kind of get a little shitted by your damage output. And your damage output is so high that, if they're blocking, if they're using all their jumps, I don't know, you have a grapple to take their jumps down, you have your kick shot, you can force them into some really awkward spots and just make them use their resources. And you'll kind of realize that his damage output is not actually as good as yours. His combos might be better, but they don't actually do as much damage as yours, and a lot of similar things to that. I will say if he has his ultimate, he's definitely got the playing field completely locked down. That's when you got to fall back and just kind of pray that your tanks are doing something or your support has an ult you can pop. But otherwise, yeah, leave him even. Now Iron Man, this this guy, everyone's having a hard time dealing with him, and I have not felt the pain because this is one of Widow's best matchups. I pretty you should pretty consistently be forcing Iron Man to switch if you're going to play this character. Um, Iron Man would otherwise be a big threat to your team, but you can just annihilate him. His movement looks like a joke to you. If you're doing your aim routines, he literally feels like a bot. If he solo ults you, which he will, trust me, if he doesn't switch, you can just jump away, dude. I don't know. He's not good against Black Widow. Black Widow completely shuts him down, especially at higher levels of play. Great counter pick. Um, Jeff, I'm also going to put here. Jeff's giant headshotable ass head really makes him a nice target for Widow. If they're DPSing a little better, or if they're in their fin, I don't know. The hitbox is still big enough on your Red Room rifle that you can hit the fin if your aim's on it. And if it's not, just get the hit on your kick shot and then go for the stun and pop him up, grab a free headshot, and he's done. Definitely always be shooting into the back. If you see him, wait for him to pop up and throw his bubbles out. Should be able to take him out super easy. Loki. Now, Loki, I don't know where I'm going to put Loki because I feel like Loki is a little bit team comp dependent. I think you definitely do still win against Loki, but I honestly think you need every resource that you can use to beat him, especially once they get a lot better at timing their crystals, placing their clones in annoying spots. Really, you're kind of going to be playing this cat and mouse game with Loki where he's going to be trying to trick you into sniping clones the whole game, and you're going to have to kind of weave between them and get those support picks. Similar kind of sitch with Luna. If she gets you into a corner, she can definitely, um, freeze you, take you out. Good DPS Lunas are the only ones that really seem to counter Black Widow, but support and heal bot Lunas, you can shred them. You can go into the back line. I actually recommend practicing against Luna Snows, doing random movement, and you'll immediately feel the payoff of that, just being able to take them out with relative ease, um, and you just shred the resources of the enemy team by winning this fight. So I recommend always, always try and take out that Luna Snow. Magic. Now, I thought Widow had the one up on Magic, but I got to Grandmaster, and the Magic players here are not the same as Magic players beneath Grandmaster. They are very, very good. They're very scary. They know how to use their overhealth safely. And the CC that they have is really what's going to screw you up because you want to be in the back line, maybe behind your Strange, kind of doing this mixed play style where you're jumping in, jumping out, and then camping and then sniping. And I don't know, you're just rotating all around with Widow, and all these positions that she just takes with her hitboxes can really be a problem, especially the more close quarters the map gets. If you have some space to work with, you can definitely deal with her. Um, your son is really good. They always kind of pop their shift and then kind of just think that they won the fight, but you can just wait to left click until they're done popping their shift. So I don't know. But Magic players, if they know what they're doing, they're going to make it hard for you. If you know what you're doing, you're going to make it hard for them. Magneto definitely loses to Widow. This is a character that's easy to headshot. It's a character that's easy to get kills with on your batons. The only real thing that Magneto has over Widow that's going to be really annoying is going to be his stupid ultimate absorbing yours. But be careful with that, and otherwise you should be beating him pretty consistently as long as you're playing smart. Mantis, um, Mantis is definitely an earned pick. That's definitely a character you should be going for. You really want to be getting more headshots than the Mantis, and if you're getting more headshots than the Mantis, you'll be fine. If she's getting more headshots than you, it's going to drop to even really fast. Her sleep can be a pain on you for sure, but if your movement's good enough, you can kind of retain your momentum while she sleeps you, so that you can kind of jump away and sleep at the same time, and hopefully your team can get you. Um, but otherwise, this is a high priority target as well. You want to be making her pop her ult. You want to be making her waste her life orbs on her teammates. Just pressuring the crap out of this character and making sure that she's not doing her job. That's going to be your job when she's on the enemy team. Moon Knight. Moon Knight is a DPS that Widow just flat out beats, especially after the nerfs. Now, I feel like Onks were the tool that Moon Knight would have used to take this matchup. However, after their nerf with his primary fire, Widow really takes this. He's super slow when he's gliding away, basically sitting duck for you. Um, Very, very comboable. His close quarters tools are just lacking a little. His self-sustain with cloak is not enough if you catch him in an off angle. And really, I just feel like Moon Knights are in positions that you want to be in. You know, they're in high ground. You want to go there, just take them out, and it won't be too big of a deal. And then that high ground will be yours. Similar kind of situation with Namor. Namor is a very, very important character for Black Widow to be dealing with. Now, I feel like if Namor has his team up, it's a +1. If he doesn't, it's a +2. And the reason why I say that is because as long as you have a safe distance between you and Namor, you can take out his turrets with relative ease. You can just one-shot them, and his mobility is not enough, and his block is not enough to save him. Because, if he pops his block, goes up in the air, waits out your shot, gets some healing, he's still a sitting duck ready to be headshot while he's falling. And at best, he's falling at normal fall speed, at the fastest, which, you should have practiced against at this point. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to leave him in +2. And I know that might sound dumb, but I don't really give a shit. He can take out the backline very annoyingly, and I feel like you can just deal with that. You can keep your healers safe. You can keep your divers safe. I don't know, just from a distance. Very, very useful character for Widow to fight. Next character on the list is going to be Penny Parker. Now, Penny Parker is a character that I've seen increase in skill ceiling the higher I've gone, and she's definitely become a little bit more annoying to deal with, but regardless, I still think that Widow comfortably wins this matchup. There are three big reasons for why I think Widow comfortably wins this matchup. And the three reasons are that one, she has a very headshotable hitbox. That's probably the most obvious one. So you can take her down with relative ease, and you can also take her down without the enemy team noticing. That's kind of something you're going to notice. You dink a penny 2 times on the head, and you're going to be like waiting for the enemy mantis to heal that penny, and then it just doesn't happen. You get the kill on the penny. Um, you just created some very valuable space for your team by doing that. The other reasons why Widow beats Penny, number two, is definitely going to be she has the fastest, not the fastest, but one of the fastest ways to shred the nest in the game. Just 3 shots, do quick scopes. Once you've got your timing down, you can get the full damage. Break them, break them, break them. You'll help your team so much with that. And the last reason why I think Widow is really good against Penny is because Widow is one of the few characters that's pretty solid against shutting down Penny's ult. Penny's ult is super threatening, and you're kind of just always waiting for it. But Widow, I don't know, she's one of the few characters that's going to be like, all right, I'm going in. I'm going to make sure this Penny is not going to kill my whole team. And at the very least, she has to respect some space while she's popping this. Um, and otherwise, she's going to lose her charge. So, I don't know, once you've got your stuff practiced, I feel like this is definitely a winning matchup. Psylocke. Psylocke is interesting. Psylocke is a character that if you see coming, you're gonna be, you're gonna deal with her fine. If you don't see her coming, she's gonna take you out. I feel like from any mid long range that you will be at, you will win this fight. And I feel like short range is close enough that I can comfortably call it even. Um, I don't know. You guys have pretty comparable damage, movement options. If you find yourself in a 1v1 with the Psylocke, it's definitely going to be a better player scenario most of the time, I feel like. Same situation with Punisher here. He does have a lot of close range tools, so be careful if you choose to go for that kick shot or you choose to push in or whatever. Just be careful, wait out the shotgun. But long range, you're one of the only people that can threaten his damage output, and you can do it fast. You can shred his turret very fast. Honestly, I'm gonna put Punisher in +1. I feel like I'm picking off Punishers all the time. His ultimate is so easy to shut down, just 2 shots and it's done. Um, I don't know. You can do that while their team is setting up other ultimates, just assuming that he's fine, not healing him. I think that's a winning matchup. Rocket. Rocket, Rocket, Rocket. This is an on-site character, and it's an on-site character in 2 ways. You want to be two-shotting his res anytime you see it, and you're going to be seeing it. You're going to be seeing it while you're scoped in, like, oh shit, there's a res there. And you want to break it, because why not? You're the only person who has that line of sight, the only person who has that range, damage fall off, all that good stuff. Now, Rocket is very headshotable. He does have good movement, but if you have your timer on your Widow's Bite, for your grapple, he's really not going to be able to do anything. Um, I don't know. If he doesn't have his team, you're definitely not going to be able to do anything. So go for rockets, try and get those picks. Wanda is a character I used to think was +2 when I played against the baby Cran Eater Wandas, and now that I play against good Wandas, I'm gonna go ahead and call it even, because your guys' Chaos Missiles and stuns are really what make the difference here. I do say that Widow is probably one of the best characters at shutting down Wanda's ult, even post-buff, and I will say also that Widow should be winning close quarters fights against this character most of the time, especially if your aim is practiced. But otherwise, props to Wanda players for changing my mind about that. Now, who did not change my mind is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Now, this is a +1, but I'm going to go ahead and put him at the top of +1 because he's the most important +1 character for you to be dealing with. Spider-Man, I don't know what it is about Spider-Man players, all right? But you get one pick on these guys, and they just get tilted, bro. They will go crazy trying to dive you, trying to kill you, and it doesn't matter what the hell their team's doing, it doesn't matter what the hell your team's doing. They will be going on your dick non-stop trying to get that pick. And this has happened pretty much without fail in every single rank that I have played, all the way from Bronze to Grandmaster 3. I shit you not, with Widow on 2 accounts. I swear to God. And with this in mind, just keep killing the Spideys, bro. You can stun them too. He can yank you. You can yank him back. I don't give a shit. I don't know. Your headshot annihilates him. You're one of the only characters that can challenge him while he's swinging away. They don't know that. They don't respect you, and you're gonna find yourself getting solo ulted by Spider-Mans a lot. But that's okay because that ult could have killed your healers. It could have killed your DPS, your tanks. You took it. You pissed him off, and all the usefulness that Spider-Man could be providing is now going to this stupid Widow. I'm so much better. I gotta prove myself. So take advantage of that. See it how you will. Next character, Squirrel Girl. This is a character that I kind of thought was an earned pick earlier on in my playthroughs, but now I'm going to go ahead and leave her in even. Pretty even matchup if her positioning's good and her movement's good and she knows what she's doing. She might get those kills on you. You might be in a corner and be like, how did I die? And it was the grenade. Um, she shouldn't be getting you with traps, and you are one of the only characters that should be prioritizing killing her squirrels. You can take them out in 2 shots, so practice killing that a lot if you can. Even in quick matches, just wait for the squirrel girl to ult and just get in front of it and see what you can do. Increase your reaction speed. It's going to help because Squirrel Girl seems to be becoming increasingly relevant, especially because of her ult farming. Next character is Star-Lord. Now, Star-Lord, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and call him even as well. Now, Star-Lord's his blaster barrage ability is not really enough to deal with you, and you have your kick shot for good defensive CC against him. The real thing that screws this matchup up and doesn't make it winning for Widow is that he has those iframes on his rolls, and sometimes you have that headshot lined up and he will do it, and it could screw you up. But you are one of the only characters that should non-stop be threatening his ult usage. Normally his ult is a checkmate ult, and you can change this. You are one of the few characters that can change this. Your time to kill is faster than his if he's shooting you and you have good positioning. Just remember that. Next character, Storm. Storm. We know where she's going if you're a real Black Widow player. This character just gets annihilated by Widow, and anyone who just kind of wants to be forced stuck on Storm, especially at higher elos, it's too committed, won't switch, they will just get shredded because Widow shuts down every single tool she has. She has no movement abilities, no good burst. Um, you will kill her faster than she'll kill you, and you might find her solo ulting you a few times. So that's really one thing to be aware of. She might try and play around her tanks, but I don't know, man. If she's even remotely in the air, you've got it like nothing. Next character, Thor. Thor is a -1 character. Now, Thor players that are really on their shit, I don't know, they can shred you in just about a second, so you don't want to be in any range that permits them to do that. With that said, you can challenge with the ultimate. You can do some really good stuns on him. You can kill him pretty quick. You get your headshots and all that. And without heals, he's not as threatening, but I would never want to 1v1 this character, and I don't really know anybody who would. And the same could normally be said about this next character. but he's actually going to go in +1 with tech or allied agents. And now let me explain this real quick. Bucky, his damage output is extremely fast, his time to kill is extremely low, and he is usually going to be one of the biggest threats on the field. You can change this if you're smart. And if you have your stun saved, you know what you're doing, you can cancel his ult and change that win condition. If you can't cancel it, you can kill him when he lands with a headshot if you're smart. If you're in a 1v1 scenario and you have a positioning advantage, you will win this fight 9 times out of 10. Bucky players just tend to have a little bit more panic aimed than Widow players, which makes sense because, you know, they have more shots and abilities and all that crap. But that in mind, he is very, very beatable just with the right practice and the right tools. I don't really think I can say the same about Wolverine. I don't know, because Wolverine's a character you're just going to be doing more to than he's going to be doing to you. You know, you're always going to be at a range where you can threaten him, and he's almost never going to be at a range where he can threaten you. But if he does happen to be in that range, he could be a big deal. And if he gets his "baby, I'm praying on you tonight" shit on you, you're done. You're done. You know, you're done. Um, Venom. I'm not gonna lie, these Venom buffs kind of changed my take on this, and it's really annoying. I used to think Venom was such a free character for Widow to kill. Such free ult charge and terrible, I don't know, just, it was such a great way to get ult charge and free picks and all that crap. But now that he's got his buffs and he's got his little AoE hitboxes and crap, I feel like he can deal a little better, and you gotta respect him to an extent. Definitely, but you can also still shred him. Your combos will just annihilate his big body so quick. You can shoot him while he's swinging away way easier than Spider-Man. Um, you're one of the characters that your teammates are kind of gonna rely on you shredding his bonus health, and they're gonna kind of rely on you being the one that gets him killable again after he pops it. Similar kind of sitch with Fantastic, honestly. Um, I think yeah, I think that's an earned pick as well. I don't know. If he does choose to go in on you really hard and he's inflated and all that crap, he can definitely wipe you, but he can wipe any squishy in the game using those tools. If you see him popping his deflect and he has in a position where he can't really hit any of your teammates, you can break that in 2 or 3 shots, I believe, and just cancel his deflect so that your team can start damaging him again. That's going to be really important. And his ultimate is another one that you can challenge, but it's going to be very difficult. Like, I don't know, the rhythm is very hard if you want to shoot him out in the air. Next character, Susan Storm. Susan Storm is an on-site character. The only thing you need to be aware of is her boop, but otherwise you should be out damaging her every time. You should be at long ranges, making sure you can get this pick, and one of the best things you can do as a Widow player is get her to pop her ult early before a team fight. Um, just a character that you just want to be threatening all the time. Really, really easy pick for you. The Thing. New characters finally. Now, The Thing. I don't really have too much experience fighting The Thing, but from the experience that I do have, I'm going to say he pretty comfortably wins this. He's the only character you can't stun with Widow's Stun Cancel, or drag with a yank, which makes sense, of course, with his ability and passive and all that, but um, his shift ability will kind of screw you up. His alternate fire can mess you up. But he's also such a big body that, you know, you can get your headshots, melt him down really quick. You just don't want to let him get close to you. He'll definitely make you regret it. Um, Now, Johnny. Johnny, I haven't really played against Johnny players that have made me respect them, save for one, singular one. I think if Johnny, you know, Johnny's a new character. The more he develops, the more their players will develop. And I think once Johnny players understand his close-up options a little better, he's going to do better in this matchup. But at the moment, because all Johnny players really want to do is set up fires at a range and farm ult, it's an easy on-site pick. And it's the same thing as Iron Man, you know, the movement's just not going to do it. It's not going to save him. He doesn't really have the resources to contest you if you start sniping him. Like, if he shoots a fire at you, you can just walk 5 steps to the right. So I would pretty comfortably say the Black Widow wins this at the moment. I can definitely change as time goes on. So this is my final, very delusional looking Black Widow matchup chart. Um, I hope that you guys appreciated or I appreciate you guys watching this video. Thanks a ton. It was a little off script, a little off the cuff. Um, I don't know. Just something fun I kind of wanted to do, and I don't really see Marvel Rivals matchup charts that much. I don't know. Why don't we do more of these, guys? Like, I don't know. People need to know what characters do well against other characters, and I know that I'm way too much of a Smash player, and my fighting game brain rots completely ruined me on this, but I don't care. I don't know. It's a good time. So, anyway, that's my Black Widow matchup chart in Marvel Rivals. I hope you guys liked it. Have a great day, and I'll be making more videos soon.